There are two worlds, two lives. The lives we live may seem mundane and ordinary, but there is another life. We meet them every day and we don't recognize their differences on the street. Are we really living in virtual reality? Maybe. I'll leave that up to you to decide. However, if we live in virtuality, we do not see these manifestations of life because, according to biblical scripture, we are blind. However, the Emerald Tablets mention a spell that can reveal these phenomena. Digital recording, ones and twos, pixels and colors that lie beyond the threshold of our visual perception. How is it possible that the Emerald Tablets speak of digital technology? Well, it's because an advanced civilization has already been here. It came and went at its technological peak. Some prophecies say that when the invisible spiritual world begins to merge with our reality, it will be a sign of the end times. This beautiful dog suddenly appeared on the night road and ran to the car. The driver pet him. He is beautiful and has a collar. It probably belongs to someone. Notice the beautiful eyes that reflect the light and turn a sky blue color. It seems to be a completely ordinary dog. Unfortunately, I don't know much about breeds. After a moment, the driver turns to the dashboard, but within a second, he turns back to the dog. Do you see him in the rearview mirror? The video is very slow motion, so you can see the whole situation. It all happened in a second, but the dog is no longer actually here and is not even near the car. Where did that handsome guy go? We look at a detail in the rearview mirror where the dog is visible, but it is not actually with the car or nearby. Don't you see something strange about that mirror image? Okay. Even though the picture is blurry, this is no longer a dog, but a kind of hazy shape of a dog. The hind legs are bending strangely and disappearing. There was a dog leaning against a car here a second ago. I'll try to sharpen the image and see what appears here. I added a lot of saturation, contrast, and highlighted the bright pixels. We see an energy area colored in green and purple. This is the light manifestation of energy. Don't you believe it? Maybe I'm more imaginative than usual, but I see a digital dog head. Another image will confirm this assumption in a moment. At this point, the dog, or rather its energy data field, moves away from the car and disappears. Let's look at the same phenomenon from a different angle. The objects we see flying here are energy plasmoids. Science can't tell you anything about them because our eyes can't see them. Only a digital record. You see the dog very quickly transform into this energetic plasma field and fly away. Plasma is part of our blood, just like the aura that radiates from the torsion field of our body. You can find the colors of the aura in rainbows and auroras, for example. It is the essence of life. The essence of life. Not just of animals, but of all living things, including humans. God did not create life as matter, but as light. There is probably something wrong with us here on Earth. But let's look at other images captured on digital recording. The transformation from an energy data field into matter is probably the highest form of physics, and I dare say it is part of magic. However, we cannot fully understand these phenomena, and many people reject them. Life in a material medium is not natural to us. Have you ever seen Angel? Here, the light falling on the ground materializes into a human being. Too bad there are subtitles at the bottom. This man is also likely to be an angel. Notice how the metal barrier goes through his leg. caught on security camera. Notice how many plasmoids are flying around here. They're moving very fast. No, those aren't really rockets, but fast-moving lights in the sky over Bulgaria. Unique footage from a thunderstorm. It might remind you of the dragon fighting St. George. Four suns over Norway.
Are you a good dad?
This chimerical object appears and disappears over the northern regions. Some speak of it as the planet Nibiru, but Nibiru does not exist. The correct name is Nibura and means behind the sun. This object resembles a spherical flower. It's interesting how some UFOs disguise themselves as airplanes. However, this one didn't convince us. Cloudwalkers. At first I thought it was a hoax, but I saw how fast the small dark clouds could move, and they really resembled figures. This is an exceptionally high-quality image that captures a spirit in the form of a horseman. A purple glow is visible, which is a radiating energy field. Have you ever seen pants running down the street? A night camera captured strange figures while camping, as if they were not from this time and space. Wow. What are the balls that rotate around the plane? I have to stop here. There is footage of the missing Malaysian plane MH270. They keep trying to tell us that its wreckage has been found. According to unverified information, an experiment was being conducted on the plane. The plane was loaded with an unusual amount of batteries. However, the passengers had no idea. Check out these footage. The aircraft appears to be maneuvering as if trying to escape these objects. It is possible that these objects have also disabled the navigation radars and transponder. Who was interested in the footage of MH370? And we even have this event on a thermal camera. These are images from the screen of a satellite and a very sophisticated military system. You can clearly see the mouse movement, and in the lower left corner, there is truncated data, probably coordinates, altitude, and the like. Notice how the spherical objects leave trails behind them. This is not CGI as many people think. What is very interesting is that the passengers' phones were still working after this accident. One connection was made up to 8 months after the plane disappeared. Is this another Philadelphia experiment? In the night sky, stars appear to be stars, but many of them probably have bizarre shapes. Have you ever seen anything like this? rocket launch, but is it even a real rocket? It's probably something else, but definitely not SpaceX. Maybe it's a projection from the object below. It's so easy to fool people. Wildfires in California. But what is hidden in the clouds and smoke? And this is how the sun sets in Mexico. Clouds that rise from the mountains and spill over like black ink. Merkabahs dancing in the northern lights. Can you imagine anything more beautiful? We have already seen these lights over Bulgaria. This picture comes from Austria. and these lights appeared over the USA. And what would you say if something appeared in the sky during a summer thunderstorm that looked like a celestial snowman whipped by lightning? These 5 suns with a rainbow in the middle appeared in Russia.
2, 3, 4, 5. И радуга над нами.
And what do you think about this cloud shape? I don't believe that clouds are not intelligent. And if you are looking for a goldfish, you will find it in heaven too. This picture comes from somewhere in the USA. It seems authentic, and it seems that the moon we know is not a planet, but a mere chimera. And as David Icke said in one of his interviews, it's all here in the atmosphere.
Y'all see that? Now that's the face, people. It's up there again.
Sherry, come look at this.
It's up there again. There's the face. This is not an app. It's a face. Everybody's out here. Everybody's out here looking. We're coming out here to see. What if I gotta get this. Y'all see that?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Now, hold up. Let me zoom so everybody can see it. Nice. Zoom on it. Hey, y'all need to call somebody. Yeah. Tell them we're out here, what we're looking at. Now y'all see this. You see it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there it is. That's a nice, crispy face. Hey, somebody got another phone? I don't want to be the only one recording this.
Start recording this right
Yeah, you gotta get this, we're all out here. We're just out here looking at.
Sometimes something other than snow and rain, or fish and frogs, falls from the sky. It looks like someone has been thrown out of the sky. And here we have another UFO trying to look like an airplane and leaving contrails behind. But I have the impression that these are still the same lights, which we could call Merkabahs. And now one of the most amazing pictures. We saw the ghost of a knight on horseback, but here something else appeared. Notice what is flying above the building. But there is something much more fun going on there. Wow! Did you see that? That's an energy field. We can talk about a fog or a cloud. Remember that Nephilim is the plural of Nephilis and means cloud? He appears to be sitting on a roof. His arms are visible and he is rising above the building and falling back down. Luminous, shapeless objects that fly past a lens at high speed are plasmoids. But let's get back to people. We're watching the security camera footage on the street and notice more plasmoids flying around. But something even more interesting happened there. Did you see that? In the background, a glowing Merkaba descends to the ground, and a few moments later, a woman appears at the pillar. But some souls seem to make our lives more miserable. What I've noticed is that these entities are in a kind of dark shadow. These shadows have human form, but lack the light of the soul. When you live as a spirit, you can be anything. After all, that's what Greek myths and legends tell us. If you know the story of Elisa Lam, which went viral at the time, and you can probably find it on YouTube, you know that it was never resolved. The bad energy field was moving in the elevator. I hope you enjoyed today's compilation and that you realized what time we really live in. And if someone tells you that death ends everything, don't believe them. It's a lie. Death is like taking off an old coat, and the incarnation of the soul means putting on a new one, unfortunately. Why unfortunately? Because it is unnatural to be a prisoner of your own body, and the cause is probably biblical sin. But that is a topic for another time. For now, enjoy the sunny days.